Alright guys, here's a little update on my generator controller, the one I made for my Furman tri-fuel generator. As you guys have seen, if you've seen my last video, it looked pretty ghetto. This is my new setup. I'm not done yet. This is just a quick update on the controller. Sorry, I'm trying to get that to focus. It doesn't like here. There's low lighting and the screen is dang bright. So this is my my controller setup over here. I have it set up with relays. This is the outdoor. I made this control box off a junction box, 12 by 12 I believe it is, that I painted black. It looks better in person than on video. It kind of looks dusty, but it's pretty clean. Let me show you the internals right now. Big difference from my previous video. It's, oh, yeah, I don't want that there. This, by the way, over here, this powers the controller and also keeps the charge on the battery. This is not a battery charger, it's a battery maintainer. This keeps the battery on the generator at over 12 volts, 13 point some volts. I'm going to be installing that nicely eventually. These over here will be installed in my generator transfer switch. This is a manual transfer switch. They will be installed in there. These are current transformers. They will tell me the percentage of load. On the third line there, 0.0 amps, 0.0 kilowatts at the moment, and 0% load. Eventually, I'll show you guys that in a future video. I haven't hooked them up yet, but I've tried them and they work flawlessly. So this is the internals over here. Focus, focus. Oh. Sorry guys, as I mentioned, I'm in a low light setting. There we go. It's my settings, my setup's not done yet. I'm still in the testing phases right now. I've installed terminal blocks, a DIN rail. The wiring is almost done. I have these relays over here. These are automotive relays, 5-pin automotive relays. They will be installed on the generator side. It looks like there's a lot of wiring here, but don't worry. You only need 4 wires leaving this control box to the generator for it to work with all the features you've seen in my previous video. 4 wires, that's all it is. So over here, this is just a setup. As I mentioned, I'm still in my testing phase, the prototype. I'll just leave this hanging for now. So there's 3 relays at the moment. We will require between 4 to 5 relays. I haven't done the full testing yet. Oh, this wire just popped off. I did not want that to happen before the video. Okay. Let's see where this goes. That was over here. Give me a second, guys. Sorry about this. The wire just popped off. Everything's just kind of holding by a thread, literally. I'm just going to put my phone down so I can put that on the wire nut. Won't be long. Okay, that's done. All right, done. So I just put that wire on there. That's just for status indicator LEDs that I got. These are 12 volt LEDs for demonstration purposes. So I'll show you how this works. The relays are what's going to be triggering everything on the generator side. And I'll show you this LED over here will turn on when the generator is cranking. These 2 LEDs here are to demonstrate the actuator. This is the one of the actuators. Probably it's not going to be the one I'll be using, at least not at the moment. I'm using an actuator for a door car window I got off Amazon. They're very cheap compared to these. I spent about $30 for this one, and the one on my generator is a $3 unit, but it works very, very well. These 2 LEDs is one is forward, the other is reverse. So I'll just demonstrate that. You guys will see how this works. I'm going to go on my control panel over here, set it to manual mode. Manual mode lets me bypass the automatic setting. Automatic setting will turn on my generator whenever power goes out using a a remote control and other features I spoke to in my last video. So what happens now when I press start? First of all, I'll show you what happens on the screen. So manual mode, as you guys can tell at the bottom. Start, at flashing light, cranking. It's set to crank for 3 seconds right now. But what happens if the generator turns off, or turns on, sorry, it will stop cranking as soon as it recognizes that the generator has powered on. So this thing will not crank the generator once it's already on. That's the safety features. You definitely don't want to burn your starter out. So right now, since I'm not connected to a generator, it tried to crank 3 times because that's what I set it to. You can have this crank 99 times if you feel comfortable with that. I would not recommend it. 3 times, and then it'll give me an error. As I mentioned, it's not connected to a generator, so that is totally normal. So let's reset this, press the stop button, back over here on the manual button, and I'll show you what happens right now as a preview with the relays and the indicator lights, which will show you what the generator is going to be doing when I press start. Let me just hang this over here for now. Okay, so you guys got a view on that. As I mentioned, this is the cranking light. I hope that's connected properly because it got disconnected earlier. I twisted in there real quick. One of these LEDs over here, I'm not sure which one I should have labeled them, but I left my label in the truck. One of them is forward, one of them was reverse, so this will actually follow the status of the actuator. So I'm going to press the start button over here and we'll watch this thing go. I'm just gonna pick up the relay. That's reverse, forward, retry, crank, open. When it's done starting, close. So we got it. And I know this probably doesn't mean much to you guys right now. It's done, 3 tries. Once I have this on my generator, you'll see, like in the last video, that this thing works flawlessly. Let's just do that again. Manual mode, start, 3-second timer. This is right now, it should be opening the choke. Yeah, I have this wired upside down, but it's not a big deal. It's just to demonstrate it. When it cranks, the actuator will be in the start position. And when it stops cranking, it will pull it back to the off position. All right, I'll show you guys all of this in function in a future video coming up real soon. Like and subscribe.